Hey, Bulls and Bears, it is Saturday, February 19th, 2022. If you are someone that is renting your home, pay very close attention to this episode. Things are not looking so good for renters. The fourth quarter numbers are out, and another record for institutional home buyers. What's an institutional home buyer? That is a corporation or investment company, investment firm that buys, well, not just real estate, but they also buy real estate, and they bought a record number of properties again in the fourth quarter. We've been seeing this uptick in institutional home buyers, and they're gobbling up a larger and larger portion of the market share, and that should be very, very concerning because home ownership is going to drop. That means less people owning their homes, more renters. This goes right along with the goal of basically you will not own anything and you'll just be a renter for life. And when rents go up, that puts further upward pressure on the housing market. And what does that mean? That means higher taxes and higher costs of living for everybody, including homeowners. But let's take a look at the fourth quarter numbers here and kind of dive into what's happening. Axios, recent article, and they also give us a very nice chart here. Big investors are hogging American homes. Fourth quarter 2021, another record, nearly 1 in 5, nearly 20% of all homes bought by institutions, investors, aka people that are buying the home for investment purposes or profit, but not to live in themselves. Now, in some areas, it's even worse than this. Out in Las Vegas, it's about 1 in 3 homes there that investors are buying, and you see that's one of the reasons why home prices are going up so far and so fast. And another one is Phoenix, Arizona, another location where about 1 in 3 homes were scooped up by investors. Now, let me put a positive spin on it here. This is not going to be easy, but I'm going to try because people accuse me of being negative or doom and gloom. The positive spin is this is going to make home prices go up higher. And if you're someone selling a home, then you may get more money for your home because you may have an investor that's going to come in and buy the home from you. So with every negative, there's a positive. If you're someone selling a home, maybe you'll get a lot more for your home because you'll sell it to maybe one of these hedge funds, maybe one of these institutional investors will come in and give you more money than you would have gotten with just a person trying to buy the home to live in. The problem is with home prices and rents continuing to skyrocket after you sell your home, where are you going to move to? Because wherever you go, it's probably going to be a higher price there. And there's always lower priced areas. Maybe you'll move to a small town that hardly anyone's heard of. Maybe Greasy Corner, Arkansas, or someplace like that. I'm being serious here. I'm not joking. Let's sidetrack real quick on this. There is a place called Greasy Corner, Arkansas. So yeah, maybe you'll sell your home and move to a lower priced area like Greasy Corner, Arkansas, and you'll be ahead of the game. Or maybe you'll find a really good deal out in Ding Dong, Texas. Yeah, there's always places to go where home prices might be a little bit cheaper. All right, see, I try to have fun on this channel. I don't want to be all bad news, negative, doom and gloom. I bet a lot of you people didn't know that there was a place called Ding Dong, Texas, did you? And this is becoming widely known now. Bloomberg, recent article, Wall Street is buying starter homes to quietly become America's landlord. Yes, they want to be your landlord. Now, some people will still say, no, JJ, there's no companies out there that want to buy up all the homes. This is not true. You're being negative. This is bad news. Why are you always talking about bad news? Well, ask yourself this question. For those of you that have that line of thinking, do you think these big hedge funds, these big Wall Street investors, do you think they want you to be happy and be a home owner? Or do you think they want you renting from them? Even though they're already billionaires, do you think they want you happy and debt-free and owning your home? Or do they want you renting from them? If you think they want you to be happy and owning your home instead of renting from them, I'm sorry, but you have no idea. You have no idea how things work in this country. I shouldn't say this country. Greed is everywhere. It's not just greed, though. It's the quest for power and money all of the above. People want to be, everybody wants to rule the world. There's an 80s song. For those that don't believe me, there's an 80s song. I think it's called Everybody Wants to Rule the World. Everybody wants to. It's human nature. It's greed. Everyone wants to rule the world. Everyone wants to be the king. Everyone wants to own everything and have people renting from them. I shouldn't say everybody. There's actually good people out there. But typically the people that become the wealthiest care nothing about the overall happiness or well-being of the average person, and that's one of the reasons why they become so rich and so wealthy. Now, a lot of them just have connections, and they grew up with money, or they grew up with other people in their family in positions of power, and it was handed over to them. So a lot of these people aren't actually really that smart. They just happen to be someone in a very lucky position or within a wealthy family. Article out of Globe. Backlash grows as real estate giants increase single-family residence market share. So this is becoming more widely known. We've been talking about this for years, how institutions are going to come in and be your landlord, basically. They want to be your landlord. They don't want you to own your home. That's the bottom line. They want to become wealthier and wealthier. Call it greed, call it power hungry, call it what you will, but that is what is happening. Right, so again, maybe if you're selling your home, I'll put a positive spin on it. Maybe you'll get more for your home. But overall, prices are going to go higher and higher if this doesn't stop. And what's to stop these investors from coming in next quarter and buying even more and more and more? The home ownership rate continues to drop, and pretty soon you have a nation of renters. A nation of renters. Right, now this does just more than make it more difficult for people to buy homes. This makes prices go higher, and it's one of the forces that's causing inflation. Of course, there's lots of other things happening as well. We still have near historic low mortgage rates. We have a supply issue where homes are having, they're taking longer and longer to build. Just a couple reports ago, we talked about the shortage of garage doors. Well, there's shortages of a lot more materials than just garage doors. We have banks that are guaranteed bailouts and too big to fail. Therefore, they can keep handing out bigger and bigger mortgages. In fact, look at this next article here on the topic of bigger mortgages. The average size of a new mortgage just set a record as home prices continue to climb. So with banks not having to have any money in reserves, they can continue to loan out infinite size mortgages. There's no limit. Now, of course, they're still going to verify your income. They don't want you defaulting within just 2 months of buying the home. But as far as limits go, it's just going to get higher and higher and higher until something is done with this system of money where you can just create endless amounts of money, send it to the banks digitally, just type it up on a keyboard. And the way it looks here, before markets crash or before the housing market crashes, it's going to be the average person that's personally going to have their personal finances wrecked, and that's going to be the crash, not the markets. Right, now on the topic of rising rents, let's take a look at this here out of Apartment List. The year-over-year numbers, these are January numbers. New York City up over 33%, Tampa, Florida about 31%, Scottsdale, Arizona 31%, Orlando, Florida 30%, Mesa, Arizona 29%, St. Pete, Florida 29%. Wow, tons of people moving to Florida and Arizona especially. We got Las Vegas in here year over year, 26%, Henderson 26%, out in Nevada. Bottom line is the average household is going to be paying more and more and more of their income towards housing. Not good, folks. I don't see anybody stopping these big institutions and big hedge funds, big investment companies from gobbling up more and more market share. Just the opposite of what we saw in the housing crash, where big investors didn't come in very heavily until after home prices collapsed. Now we're seeing elevated prices beyond the previous housing bubble and investors coming in even more heavy-handed. It looks to be the death blow, people. They're looking to do the death blow as far as I can see. And they want you renting from them. Thanks everybody for being here. Be well. Please let me know what you think down in the comments. Big love. Bye.